so sweet to trust in Jesus, just to take him at his word and to rest upon his promise, just to know thus saith the Lord. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I've proved him o'er and o'er. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust him more. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting some seeds. Tried to film this earlier, realized that the soil that I bought was not the soil that I thought it was. It was more of a mulch consistency. Not ideal for starting seeds. So I went back to the store and got a different kind. Sometimes going cheap is not the greatest way. So I am able to use that soil for my potted plants, just not for starting seeds. I wanted to show you guys a technique that I'm using to start my seeds, and I've been using egg cartons. These are just plastic egg cartons. I'll show you this brand that we use to buy our eggs. It's Nellie's Free Range. And hopefully we won't be having to buy these much longer. We'll have our own chickens producing our own eggs. But in the meantime, we've just been saving these, and I'm going to try my best to repurpose them into tiny greenhouses for my seeds. We also have some just regular cardboard type ones, which will be good too, because I'll be able to like cut the seed or the pod out and actually just cut a hole in it and plant it in the ground. But for now, I'm going to try to get as many seeds as I can in here. And so what I've been doing, I'm going to show you guys just a makeshift, or one I've already done. So I cut the egg cartons into 3 pieces, and I cut holes. So I cut holes, or just poked holes in the top one that I am using to put my dirt and seeds in. And then I'll be able to set this inside the other one. I can bottom water them, and then I can put this over top to create a little bit more heat and help them not to evaporate so quickly. And then I don't know if I'm going to end up getting a grow light or just going to try to do window light. We don't get a lot of window light, like direct sunlight here. So I'm just not 100% sure. But I am not an expert garden. I'm not a market gardener. I'm just trying to grow plants for my family and I, and hopefully our animals as well. I have a variety of plants that I'm going to be starting. A lot of them I'm new to this year. I have not tried them before, so I'm honestly not sure on when to plant them. I've got to do a lot of research. The 2 companies that I bought seeds from for this year that I didn't have before were from True Leaf Market and from Johnny's Seeds. Both of them, I've never bought from a seed company before. I've always just went to like Walmart or Home Depot or something like that and bought the seed packets. So the thing that I do like about the ones at Walmart and Home Depot and stuff is there's a picture of what your seed is inside of it. And these companies did not provide that picture on the front of the seed packet. So that makes it a little bit more challenging. Also, the True Leaf Market packets did not come with very good directions on how to sow the seed and what that seed likes to do. So that's going to be a lot more research on my end. Unfortunately, I'm not, like I said, an expert gardener, so I don't really know how to plant a lot of these, what the depth is, and do they like a lot of sun, or do they need to be started by seed, or do they need to be sown directly into the ground. So some of them that I've had for a couple of years, I'm going to know how to do that. Like my squash, I know that it likes to go directly into the ground. And then my tomatoes, I can start in the seed pots. But some of these newer things that I've gotten, hold on. So some of the seeds that I recently got, I've never grown before. So I'm really just not sure. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to do more research on it. Which, I mean, it's not a terrible thing, but when you're trying to just go ahead and get started on things, that just kind of slows things down. So I actually already got some seeds sown in that other soil, and I stopped because I didn't like it. I'm not sure how the audio is going to be on this. The kids are playing in the background. But I did save some orange bell pepper seeds that I got from an organic bell pepper. So I don't know. Hopefully I stored these correctly. I don't know. They've not been in extreme temperatures. Yeah, I just let them dry out and I stored them in a plastic bag. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't have to spend any extra money on it, so I'm not going to be too terribly upset if it doesn't produce. Careful, Sayla. And then I also saved some jalapeno seeds. Now, pretty sure that these are not organic seeds because I just bought the started plant last year. Surely it was non-GMO. I don't know. But if it's GMO seeds, then you can't start a seed the next year, or maybe it's like 2 years later. Somehow it's like the cycle stops, like you can't reuse seeds from the fruit produced that following year, or it won't produce fruit, something like that. So again, I didn't have to pay anything extra for these seeds, so we're just going to try them out and see if they grow. And then I've also got some flowers that I plan on planting. Lavender. I've always bought lavender in the plant and not by seed, so the seed is definitely cheaper. So I do want to try that out, and most of the stuff is going to be potted or planted in these seed starters. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do once they outgrow that. Haven't gotten that far yet, but I just want to try to save us some money right now. When you first move into a new house, there's so many different expenses that you just can't really plan for. So until you get into the house and you realize what needs to be done. So we've had to spend a lot of extra money that we just don't want to keep doing. So I'm trying to save us as much money as possible by reusing stuff that we already have. And yeah, I mean, when you're just growing a garden for yourself, it doesn't really matter. So, all right, I'm gonna get started on this. I just went through my seeds that I have. These are the ones that I know for sure need to be started now. And then this whole pile over here, I either know for sure needs to be started directly into the ground, or maybe they're fall plants. And then some of them I'm just not 100% sure, and I need to do some research. But I really just don't feel like doing that right now. So I'm just gonna get started with these seeds and planting them. And then these ones I'm not really sure what they are. And we're just gonna plant them and see what comes up. Not really sure. So I'm gonna put these back up, and yeah, we're gonna get started putting in some dirt or some soil into these. Hopefully next year I have some good compost built up and I don't have to go out and buy a lot of dirt and stuff. At my old house, we had raised beds, and I had compost like delivered to the house, and we mixed it with topsoil, and it seemed to work out really great for everything. But I want to go bigger this year, and buying all that stuff can kind of get expensive. So we'll see how all this turns out.
You hit me. Mommy, I know what you did at first.
We don't know what they are, though. Can't really mess them up. Okay. Scissors. All right, have fun. It's quite a bit later. I try to be super realistic with you guys, and having kids, especially as young as mine, and trying to do all of this, stay at home as a stay-at-home mom, and then my husband works at a different place during the day, is it's not easy. They just went on a family walk, and so I'm getting a little bit of quiet time. I can't tell you how relaxing this is. Just watching the seeds like go into the dirt and putting them in each little pod. It's just super relaxing. But I did cut my finger trying to poke holes with these scissors. And I didn't realize it until just now. I looked down and it was burning and it's bleeding. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's see, I've already done cilantro. I'm not doing that again. Oh, and I think that those mystery seeds are cilantro, because I opened up the cilantro packet and the seed looks almost identical to the one that we just did. So we'll see. We'll have lots of cilantro if that's the case. Alright, so I'm going to plant some dill and chives in this one. I'm going to have to get some tomato. I'm probably just going to go ahead and get some tomato plants. Here's some kale. And I don't really want these tomatoes. I like the beefsteak. Well, there's a lot of different tomatoes that I want. But I think that, and then this one is Sweet William, and I'm pretty sure this is a flower. And I've got some lavender that I want to do. So, but I think I'm going to go down to our local Amish market. It opens next month, and buy some of their plants for the garden. Probably their tomatoes. And we'll see how some of these are going in the next few weeks. If they're not sprouting, I may end up buying a plant from them. But the only ones I'm kind of like not sure about are the jalapenos and the orange bell peppers that I planted. Just because I saved the seeds. So, I don't know, next year, who knows? If my garden goes really well this year, maybe I can do a market garden next year and sell some vegetables and stuff. There's not a lot of room to like label stuff. And you can't really like stick a, whatever you call it, a stick in. Alright, so from here, I will let the seeds sprout and I will let them kind of grow up. Probably, I don't know, depending on when it says to transplant it. Some of them are a couple inches, some of them are 4 inches or more. But I will take them out of this little pod and I will move them into a bigger container. I'm not really sure what I'm going to move them into. That may be something I actually have to buy. Yeah. I have these. I have a few of these. Only I don't have enough, of course, to transplant all of them. So I don't. If there are any like expert gardeners out there watching, what do I transplant them? Maybe I can get some tips from you guys, and then, or what do I transplant them into, and then if not, I'll just research and bring it to you guys that are watching to learn, because I know there's some that are probably learning. I hope that this video was helpful in just getting your creative juices going and knowing that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get seeds started, especially if you're trying to, you know, just grow for your family. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.